Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I am so glad you're here. You guys, we need to talk about it. Maureen Callahan is back, honorary drunk goose herself. I'm so excited to have another article from her, one of my voices of reason. I always enjoy, her calling out the Harkles. This time she's calling out Meghan and pointing out how she's just not even kind of like Catherine. Let's take a look. Catherine's brave public return exposed a very private vulnerability, but, says Maureen Callahan, it also proved why she couldn't be more different from Meghan. Well, we could have told you that part. For true royal decorum, look no further than the reemergence of Catherine, Princess of Wales. After months of quietly undergoing chemotherapy, having famously declared a retreat from public duties, the princess announced just last Friday she was feeling well enough to attend the Trooping of Color ceremonies the following day. Rather than indulge, as a certain duchess tends, in victimhood, self-pity, oversharing, and navel-gazing, the princess expressed gratitude, humility, and a desire to celebrate with her family and the king himself enduring his own cancer battle. Oh, I love our Catherine so much. I don't know about you, but I have looked and looked at those Trooping the Color photos again and again and thought about honestly, how brave she was and how much that must have taken. And of course, posing for the photos that they released the day before and all that. She's really put herself out there when she didn't have to. And I think she did it for all of us. And I appreciate her even more than I thought was possible. And yeah, it is funny with the two idiots laying low in Montecito. Shocking, right? I'm surprised they haven't emerged. Maybe by the time I record this, they have. But as they lay low, it just points out we're still seeing the fallouts of their disaster trip to Nigeria, shoving and all, right? And it really does, if you didn't need more glaring differences, every single thing they do is the complete opposite. And I'm definitely always Team Catherine, always stand with Catherine. Alongside a new photo of Catherine standing alone in a lush wooded green, looking up toward the sun in a spirit of health, renewal, and optimism, a statement read, "I've been blown away by all the kind messages of support and encouragement over the last few months. As anyone going through chemotherapy will know, there are good days and bad days. On those bad days, you feel weak, tired, and you have to give in to your body resting. I'm learning how to be patient, especially with uncertainty." Went on to write, "I'm not out of the woods yet. This is a remarkable admission for a woman who's quite obviously a perfectionist, who rarely sets a foot wrong, whose public presentation is ever immaculate, whose 3 young children are astonishingly well behaved. Catherine, for the first time, has shared her fears and vulnerabilities, perhaps even a tendency towards impatience. How human. How honest. She began not with her own sorrows, but with a note of thanks before commiserating with her fellow travelers." This is why I love Maureen Callahan so much. I think she does such a great job of calling out Dumb and Dumberton, but also in this and recognizing the strength that is our Catherine. It was a jolting yet very welcome announcement. Now, of course, as Catherine's sudden return generated global headlines, the supporters of Montecito's despoiling Duchess, that's a great name for her, seemingly couldn't allow her ailing sister-in-law the spotlight. Yes, Meghan Markle, more stubborn than kudzu, popped back up again. Or rather, a surrogate did. Now that's an interesting choice of words. Of course, while there's no way to know if Meghan had any awareness of this latest stunt, it certainly felt woefully predictable. Of course she knew. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say, the royal cousin knew, so Harry knew, so Meghan knew. Just guessing here. Hours before Catherine's appearance at Saturday's parade, Harry's great pal, Nacho friend, posted a jar, I'm talking like Jay now, of American Riviera orchard jam, a new flavor, limited edition, 2 of 2, the jar read. with that basic muslin wrap and cloying hand-tied bow. Hey, at least this label wasn't peeling. Oh, Maureen, go back and take a look. It was peeling. However you say his last name, also posted a jar of dog treats, which looked to be labeled with Meghan's ostentatious faux calligraphy. And it's all led to a rather well-deserved backlash, not just over the timing, but over the content itself. Meghan, after all, is the same woman who recorded Harry's marriage proposal on her iPhone and used that footage in their Netflix docuseries. The same woman who brands herself a feminist, yet reminded the world during that incendiary Oprah sit-down that Catherine's one-time nickname had been, I won't say it, who again on Netflix smirked as she appeared to mockingly reenact her introduction to the late Queen with a deep curtsy. Nothing Meghan does ever feels accidental. It would hardly be the biggest surprise if she had some hand in the timing of this new promo for the still merchless ARO. Of course she knew. This is Meghan. Everything is calculated Markle, right? Everything. And everything is trying to be a takedown against Catherine, Princess of Wales. So no, it's just... Come on, let's stop playing this game. We all know what she's up to. We knew she'd do something. A lot of us called it. I don't know if we called exactly this lame of a move. I think a parking lot would have actually been a step up, if you can believe that. but yeah, we called it. We knew. And if so, then how did Meghan, who became the Duchess of Hertz at last year's Women of Vision Awards, lecturing the crowds about the importance of daily acts of service and kindness and advocacy and grace and fairness, not see that this would be an epic faceplant? Oh, allow me. I learned from my good pal HG Tudor over there that she's a narcissist. They don't see things like that. They don't think like that. She only thinks about herself. But I think it's so much worse than that. I don't even think it's as innocent, if you will, as, oh, she's just a narcissist. She can't think like that. I think she's calculated. I think she's cruel. And I think she thought she was doing something there, trying to steal focus from Catherine. All right. Catherine, Princess of Wales, bravely fulfilling a public duty amid chemotherapy versus sweetmeats and dog treats on Instagram. It's enough to make you wonder, has Meghan lost her touch? Remember, everyone, be kind. My question is, has she ever had her touch? Remember, everyone, she can't be kind, so why should we? Remember, too, that when Catherine was convalescing after surgery in January, followed by the clatter around Photoshop Gate in March, Meghan decided to launch ARO, posting an old-timey video of herself in the kitchen, then seen from afar in a voluminous black ball gown. That will never not be ridiculous to me for a day. All set to, perversely, Nancy Wilson's classic, I Wish You Love. Days later, when Catherine announced to the world that she had cancer, Harry and Meghan, so estranged they learned this news along with the rest of us, wasted no time issuing a press release. They are the most disgusting people ever. We wish health and healing for Kate and the family, their statement read, and hope they're able to do so privately in peace. Ha! Meghan and the word peace seem at great odds, do they not? The idea of them, I'm still stuck on this too. That was just the most insensitive and cold. I don't need them to say anything about Catherine. Let me start by saying that. I wish they keep her name out their mouth. But that statement was so unfeeling and just totally them. They have to get it. The idea they even have to put a statement out. They are so gross and so ridiculous and have to attach their name to anyone that they can. In a situation like this, to try to, in my opinion, make it about themselves is just cruel. And we're not going to breeze right over the part that her followers play in all of this. That is some of the most vile online stuff I've ever seen. And I've seen some stuff that the vitriol spewed and continuing to be spewed toward Catherine, Princess of Wales, while she's recovering from cancer and being treated. It's so gross and it's horrible, and it's led by, I would say, by them, because they're not doing anything to stop it. So they're obviously okay with that sort of thing. And that shows who they truly are. Maureen continues, it strikes me that if they wanted to give their full support, they would finally set aside their grievances, drop the pernicious Victimhood Act, and apologize for insinuating to Oprah that the royals were the Eastward. Apologize, too, for Harry reprinting private texts between Meghan and Catherine in his memoir, or for the major mistake of Mouthpiece Plastic Man naming Catherine and Charles, now the sympathetic and admirer royals, going as those so-called Eastwards, information that has still not been denied by the gruesome twosome. Then again, Meghan is the woman who, amid the backdrop of impoverished African children, complained about her mental well-being and gripped that not many people have asked if I'm okay. I mean, if anybody had the space to use something like that, it would have been Catherine in this situation after all the hell that Meghan's lemon rats have put her through. But she would never act like that and never think like that and never do that. Only Meghan acts like that, victim in her own mind. Catherine, meanwhile, spent hours on her feet on Saturday in heels and a form-fitting white dress to show up for her sick father-in-law and for her country, no doubt at great personal toll. The princess, understandably, will most likely have been left drained and fatigued, but she's not asking for our pity. Compare Catherine's most recent statement with Meghan's typical... I gotta pause on that one, Logger. Yeah, I haven't heard of that. Her vintage LA word salad of self-validation and narcissism, signifying nothing. Here she was in Nigeria just last month. Can you believe that's been a month? I mean, seriously, we keep finding insanity coming out from that trip. It can't have been a month ago. Cosplaying as if on official royal business. Nope, she was there for vacation with her doofus husband, explaining how her Nigerian ancestry only made her that much more awesome. Notice the sarcasm dripping off my voice. Quote, what has been echoed so much of the past day is, oh, we were not surprised when we found out you were Nigerian. It's a compliment to you, because what they defined as a Nigerian woman is brave, resilient, courageous, and beautiful, she said. Can you believe she says shit like that? Seriously. And I'm not putting down other Nigerian women. Meghan is not Nigerian, in my opinion, so I am putting her down. And Meghan wonders why, with each successive attempt to rival Catherine, she only ever fails. Oh, yeah, she's lovely. She's lovely. Here she is, just oozing loveliness. My goodness gracious. I just thought this was such a great article and so well said. And I think it sums up what so many of us are feeling. I'm still wishing, of course, so much wellness for Catherine and hoping that she's doing okay. I'm sure that did take a toll on her. And she's been in my thoughts so much, as well as King Charles. Saw the recent photos of him looking amazing, and I just, oh goodness, my heart really goes out to them. Then there's those other two. Can you believe they're still being silent? How funny is that? They don't even need to speak. Again, we're finding so much more that was the sorry for my frankness here, the diarrhea disaster. I don't know how else to describe that Nigeria vacation. I will not call it a royal tour, because that's not what it is. They are not royal. That was not a tour. That was a vacation. And cosplaying one at that. But I thought Maureen really hit the nail on the head with this, and was, again, she was pointing out what a lot of us are feeling about all this ridiculousness with those two. They are awful, awful people. And if anybody ever had any doubt, I mean, pick any day that Catherine has anything, but especially around this type of stuff. And those two will do anything they can to try to overshadow it. But now it looks like they're starting to Markle old Nacho. So there's that. I mean, good luck with that. And don't feel sorry for him at all. He chose his buddies there, and look how that worked out. And I wonder whose fault this will all be. The media, the Eastwards. Harry will find a way to blame William. I don't know. Ridiculous. But guys, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. We do have the new Team Catherine merch. I am so thankful for each of you who have picked something up from that line. I love it so much. I'm so happy that you guys are so happy with it. And yeah, check that out if you haven't already. Also, check out Patreon. Lots of juicy stuff going on over there. Lots of extra content, deep dives, all that stuff. We have a lot of fun over there. It's a great group. Check that out if you're interested. And as always, thank you for watching. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. I have all kinds of juicy stuff coming up, so check back lots. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Take care. Have the best day. Bye-bye.